so sorry about that. How may I help you? Mm-hmm.
It's been a strange winter thus far. Snow everywhere. It's been below freezing for at least 2 weeks, but I can tell it was going to be a rough winter even beyond this extreme weather. I received a phone call from the multimillionaire tycoon Mr. Hoffman that owns Hoffman Properties, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, real estate company here in Chicago. He had an unusual request to retain my services. He asked me to follow him for a week and see if I noticed anything unusual. Miss Bunny, you got time for filing your nails. You got time to give me a cup of coffee.
Of course, Detective.
This morning, I was supposed to meet with him and give a report, but according to this newspaper, Mr. Hoffman was found dead in this downtown skyscraper apartment.
Goodness, I am so sorry. We're all out of coffee.
Damn. Thank you, Miss Bunny.
No, Detective. It's Bonnie. Bouney.
And why do you write Bunny on each of your nails?
I think it's cute. Everybody mispronounces my name.
I gotcha.
Are you alright?
No, I'm not alright. Mr. Hoffman was found dead last night.
He died?
Yeah, and the funny thing is I was following him around for about a week, right? And I kept seeing him with this lady. She always had on different furs. One day mink, the other sable, and here. Look at this one. This one's fox. Now, what type of dame do you think would have these types of furs?
Did she have something to do with the murder?
Murder? I never said anything about murder.
Well, I just assumed...
No, it's fine. Seriously. No, I have work to do. Can you please leave me alone? It's going on the 6th hour, and I have revisited all the places Mr. Hoffman visited last week when I'd seen this anonymous lady. I don't even know her name. As I was sitting here with this burnt excuse for toast, I glanced at Variety and noticed that some artsy dame is hosting a party to showcase her new art for the who's who of Chicago. The only picture they have is a shadowed picture of her face under a big fancy brimmed hat with fur surrounding it. This has got to be the girl I'm looking for. And now I know her name. Solange Lemon Moraine. I need to find more information about this Moraine character. Let me phone my good friend Charlie at the Chicago Tribune and see if he knows this Ms. Moraine.
Hello, this is Charlie.
How you doing, my friend?
Who is this? Carter?
Yeah, it's Carter.
I heard about your new secretary. Hey, what's her name? Miss Bunny? Haha.
Yeah, she's a great kid. And good help here in the office.
So what can I do for you?
Do you know anything about this Solange Lemon Moraine?
Are you talking about that artsy dame that stayed downtown? Yeah, what about her?
Yeah, what do you know about her?
Carter, are you trying to get to know her? Like, know her? Because I think you're a little out of her league.
No. Nothing like that. I need to know what she's, all about.
Well, she's a socialite here in the city. Everyone knows her. She has an art gallery on the Lakeshore Drive. She's at all the Who's Who parties. Plus, she's throwing one herself next week.
What's up with this name of hers? Solange. Am I reading this correctly? Isn't this Lemon Moraine?
You right, but you know those artsy oddballs. They'll make something out of nothing. Lemon Moraine.
Well, what else do you know about her? Do you know if she was seeing the late Mr. Hoffman?
Oh, is this what this is all about?
Come on, Charlie. I just really need some answers about this girl.
Carter, you know how this business works. If you got some information I can report on, cough it up.
Okay, thanks, Charlie. Thanks for your time.
What do I need to know?
Yeah, nice catching up with you. Give Denise my best.
Carter!
Detective Quarter, I filed all the papers in its appropriate letter, but the P's look like Q's to me, so they may be mixed and matched. Also, your friend Reggie at the police force office dropped off this envelope. He said you owe him one, whatever that means. I'll see you in the morning. I gotta get home to feed Fluffy.
Good old Reggie. These are all the photos of Mr. Huffman's crime scene. I do owe him one. I arrived at this place that looked like an everyday cold water flat in the bad part of town. Her appearance was more of a confirmation why she's had to be an artist. She's had more face paint on her face than the canvas of the Mona Lisa. The curves her body forced her button and buttonholes on her dress to fight with each other. And she wore a well-groomed goatee, like the last sailor from a 6-week voyage.
You just gonna stand there and stare, or are you gonna say something?
I think I may have the wrong place.
Well, who are you looking for? I've been here for years now.
Okay, I'm looking for a Lemon Moraine Lamage?
Salon Lamont Moraine.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yes, where you found him, and it's me.
Oh.
Who are you? Are you one of the characters from the Tribune? I just had to
No, my name is Detective Carter. I'm here to ask you a few questions. Yes.
Well, of course. Come in.
Thank you.
Have a seat.
Thank you very much.
Detective, would you like a cognac?
No, thank you. I don't drink on the job.
Would you mind if I have one?
By all means.
Now, Detective Carter, how may I help you?
Well, let's start with something easy. What's your full name?
Salon Lemon Moray. But my friends call me Mimi.
Mimi, huh? Why Mimi?
Because it's easier to say.
Well, Mimi, what do you do for a living?
I'm an artist.
Oh, yeah. You have that galley on Lakeshore Drive, don't you?
Well, if you knew that, why did you ask?
This dame had more gall and smarts than I thought she had. Of course. Allow me. Well, yes, Miss Moraine.
It's Moraine, not Moraine.
Yeah. So, what was the name of this detective that asked you about Mr. Hoffman?
Some Charlie character from the Tribune.
I know Charlie was desperate for a story, but I wouldn't think he would go after an uncertain lead. So, what did he ask you about?
He asked me how long have I known Mr. Hoffman.
Well, how long was it?
Detective Carter, I have no association with Mr. Hoffman.
Well, Ms. Moraine, how do you explain these?
Where did you get these?
Look, Mimi, I'm gonna be straight with you. There's a dead millionaire, photos of him seen with you, and a lot of accusations are gonna be pointed your way if you don't settle all this.
But Detective Carter, you wouldn't understand.
Was he giving you money?
No.
Was he buying your art?
No.
Tell me! Tell me now!
He was giving me shaving lessons.
Did she just say he was giving shaving lessons? I'm not sure if I should arrest her for lying or laugh. So you expect me to believe that a multimillionaire tycoon real estate just took time out of their day to help you shave?
Detective Carter, believe what you want to believe, but it's the truth.
But why?
Well, he see me at an art show. And then he noticed my 835 shadow. And he said that he felt sorry for me because he had a mother that has the same condition. It's incurable. It's no treatment. You just have to wear it like I do.
Ms. Moraine, I'm so sorry.
Detective Carter, I think this is enough time. I have to got plans tonight, and I gotta start shaving right now.
It shouldn't be.
If you could please just go right now, I just can't take no more.
Thank you for your cooperation. Shaving lessons. After visiting Mimi and learning about her, well, condition, I'm perplexed on who could have murdered Mr. Hoffman. I better get into the office and see if Miss Bunny's got any new leads.
Detective Quarter, yesterday was my last day. My mother is sick back at home, and I must be there by her side. Me and Mr. Fluffy is about to catch a train. Nice working with you. Bye.
Miss Bunny. Hello?
Hello, is this Detective Quarter?
Ma'am, I'm in a rush. Can you call back?
It's about my granddaughter, Trixie Boyd.
Yeah, what about her?
Is she near you?
No.
Where is she?
Look, what about her?
Trixie is a troubled girl. She's been in an insane asylum for the past 5 years for murdering her mother. She escaped about a month ago, and the authorities been looking for her. She can imitate anyone. How long have you known her?
Well, I hired her 2 weeks ago. She said she was here from New York, staying and looking after her sick grandmother.
Mr. Carter, I'm her grandmother, and I'm not sick. Also, I live in Dallas. She was raised here. Did she use that fake New York accent?
Yeah, she did.
You need to call the authorities as soon as possible. When I read about Mr. Huffman passing, I figured she had something to do with it.
But what does that have to do with her?
Detective Carter, Mr. Huffman is Trixie's father. Her mother was his maid. Years ago, she was conceived. Mr. Huffman sent them away and opened a trust fund here in Dallas. But something happened to Trixie. She poisoned her mother when she was 16 and been in that asylum ever since until a month ago.
Why do you think she would murder him?
Her therapist said that she had one thing in life to live for, and that's to kill her parents for not having a legitimate.
Ma'am, what's your name?
Busey Boney.
And how did you find out about all this?
She always sends a Christmas card to her mother to my address. I seen the return address from your office, heard about Mr. Huffman, and found your number.
You're a resourceful lady.
Why, thank you, Detective Carter.
One question. Have you seen my
Miss
fingernail
Bunny?
file?
Miss
My
Bunny!
nails surely need to be sharpened.